Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about action management. One of the key outcomes of any business meeting will be actions. This is where people are assigned specific tasks to deliver at specific times. Now, this is also a common area where we tend to make a few mistakes. So we're going to explore some of the common do's and don'ts of managing actions. So, some common mistakes when managing actions will be things like actions are too broad. The actions are trying to solve world hunger. For example, we may tell someone in the recruiting team, recruit 300 engineers by 2018. That's a massive action, and there's no way that action will be fulfilled in any meaningful manner. You'd probably need to break it down into smaller steps. Actions are poorly captured, so they're hard to understand. Think about 9 months from now. How easily would you be able to interpret what that action means? Or if someone left the team and a new person came in and had to pick up their actions, would they be able to understand the context of that action? So this is something as a chair, when you're assigning actions and the scribe is capturing them, you've got to make sure you put enough information that it's not vague. I'm now not saying that you should overload it and have an action that's 4 pages long, but do go through that mental exercise of, in 3 months, in 6 months, in 7 months, will I remember what this action was about? Actions don't impact business performance. So we're assigning actions that we do complete, but our performance overall is not improving. This could mean that as a team, we're focusing on the wrong things, kind of focusing on the minors, opposed to on the major activities that will give us value. Often I find actions have unrealistic due dates. People may feel in that moment that they could get this activity done. I find sometimes we fail to take into consideration all the other work we have. So yes, I could get that letter written in 2 hours, but I currently have a full plate. And if I think about it, I won't really get to that letter for another week and a half. Will that actually be okay? That kind of thinking may not happen. And so I'll just give the 2 hours, not factoring in that I have no capacity. So the due date becomes unrealistic. Actions are not completed. Basically, for various reasons, people just get into a habit of promising, agreeing to actions, and failing to deliver. Another common problem is that we don't capture actions at all. So again, I sit in quite a few meetings, and people will discuss what sounds like actions are raised. They're not documented anywhere. And there may or may not be a scribe, but at the end of the day, nothing is documented. And what makes it a little bit worse is when they do document something, it has no resemblance to the actions that were actually agreed orally in that meeting. The actions are never reviewed in meetings. And that's talking about at the end of the meeting, we should play back to everybody what the new actions were. And that makes sure that we're aligned as to what was promised. That rarely happens in meetings I observe. Also, when we're now looking at how we're progressing, we should be reviewing outstanding and overdue actions. And again, that rarely happens in meetings. So this does diminish the value, the impact of actions from a meeting. And there are many other reasons and issues with action management. If you have any, do leave in the comments section. I'd like to hear your stories or your examples of poor action management.